Hey y'all, how's it going today? Just got off of work and thought I would answer Vinyllovers' second thread. I don't know if I'll get to the first one, but I thought I'd answer his questions to the second thread um, and make an attempt to just again be what's the word holistic in my approach to this community. Obviously, like any community of people, there are going to be alignments that are made and some that aren't. I just wanted to try to be cool with everybody, which is tall order, but I believe it's possible to embrace all humanity and find a way to love everyone and appreciate everyone, and that's what I'm doing. And I'd like to see more people try it. It is hard, but it can be done. So, with that in mind, yeah, young versus old, I ain't into that. Male versus female, not into that. Territory, ain't into that. Just I'm into this, this idea of one family, one creation, one vibration. Man, the more we can embrace it, the more we can heal. So, his first question is, what are some lyrics you've misheard, or lyrics that are in a foreign language and when you translated them turned out to be way different than you thought they would? I'm just going to be really honest here. I've said this before, and if it makes me sound stupid, it's okay. I don't focus on the lyrics. Even long-time records that I love, if I'm singing along and I catch the lyrics, that's cool, but it's the musical picture. It's what the music is doing to my head and my heart and my body that compels me. It's the same as it ever was when I was a child. I can't even think of any lyrics to give as examples that I misheard because, of course, when I was younger and listening to the radio, we misunderstood lyrics all the time. I just don't even remember words of songs. I know that, for example, Conor Oberst, who I kind of know, I would dare to call him a friend, but I don't hang out with him. And I've been out to his house and stuff recently, but he's not a friend, but he's someone I kind of know. And I know that one of the strengths of his legacy are his words. Yeah, and I'm going to tell you honestly, I think he's pretty good, but his uncle is even better, who I do know. I'm not going to say his uncle's name. He's a friend of mine, and he's published a couple of pamphlets of his poetry, very limited. And he's also the person that inspired Conor, among others. I know this because Conor told me that this particular uncle was one who inspired him to believe that he could write. And the uncle kicks his ass, I mean, Conor, if you see this, I'm telling the truth, and it's no diss to you, because you're damn good. Conor is damn good. The album Casadega, when that came out, that was the first record of his that I personally bought and sat down and read the lyrics as I listened to the songs. And I was impressed with the scope of the reach. His reach is deep and far musically, and I do admire that. But back to the question, I can't bring up any lyrics. And when you talk about foreign language, frankly, I love music from all over the world, and sometimes I'm relieved when the record is in a foreign language because that way I can make up anything I want to, think what these words are about, because I don't really care. And one of the reasons is, you all tell me what you think. Maybe this could be my first thread, or it's something I think. If the lyrics in songs are so important and so world-changing, why has so little changed? That's always been my thought. If these lyrics are so damned important, why is everything continually sliding into the shitter instead of us showing more signs of enlightenment or greater knowledge through the messages that we get in music? That's one thing I wonder. But again, it's never been a big concern of mine, That's why I can listen to like some black metal and death metal, because the main thing I hear is, which I don't take seriously. I kind of find it amusing, actually. I don't really care what they're saying. If they're invoking Satan to come into the room while I'm listening, well, they can invoke all they want to. I don't believe in Satan, so it's got no power over me. None. Number 2, favorite concept albums. This is easy. My favorite concept album is The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway. I'll say it over and over again. It's one of my top 10 albums, top 5. It's one of the top 5, okay? Another concept album that comes to mind right away that I love is The Alchemist by the band Home. And I've showed it before, so I'm going to grab it. Alchemist is Home. Those are 2 concept albums that come to mind right away that I really love. There's more, but those are the only ones that come to mind. Everything else just becomes this big fuzz box in my head. But I did think of one other that I could show. Oh, well, actually, it's a concept album, but it also answers the next question. Another one of my favorite concept albums is also one of the longest songs I enjoy, and that is Art Zoid's Marathonaire. Now, I actually only have 2 parts of this. I believe there's 3 parts. Marathonaire 1, 2, and 3. Art Zoid is a Belgian band that is classical avant-garde, singular sounding, just fantastic music and really, really deep. Some friends of mine went to see Art Zoid many, many years ago when they came to the United States to perform Marathonaire. And Marathonaire took a couple days for them to play all the way through. Just like here on the CDs, I have 2 parts of the song. I think the ultimate experience of Marathonaire is something like 36 hours. So that's one of the longest songs that I enjoy. The 4th question is 3 of the shortest songs you enjoy. I'll just put it like this because, again, I'm not good at remembering specific song titles anymore because there's just so much. But John Zorn's Naked City put out a series of records where they did a bunch of 10-second, 15-second songs. I think there might even be a couple songs on it that are only maybe 6 or 7 seconds long. John Zorn's Naked City has produced some of the shortest songs that I really enjoy that I can think of. There are some other bands I think of possibly. No, I can't think of the name of the band. There's another record I think I've got a single where on one side there's something like 20 or 30 songs on one side of a 45 because they're just like that. I wanted to answer the thread because I like the questions, but also because I want to encourage Vinyl Lover and everyone else to continue creating threads, sharing them. I also want to encourage people who maybe would not have considered answering Vinyl Lover's thread to do it, man. You know, one community, if at all possible, folks. Let's try to embrace the entire gamut of people. I know that's difficult. You know, try to look past your differences. Try to understand. I really think this is truth. I don't know it, but I really believe this is truth. That the biggest part of what we dislike about other people, or what we find hardest to accept about other people, is a direct reflection of something inside of ourselves that needs to be looked at. I'll tell you this much. When I stick to that value and that approach, I discover usually rather quickly what it is about other people that annoys me or puts me off. And it doesn't mean that I have to embrace them in my home and serve them dinner and give them money, but it frees me up to say, oh, okay, I think I can see that person a little more clearly, and I accept that. I accept them. Whether or not I approve of what they do, how they live, whether or not I find them attractive or not, I think it's important to just merely start from the bottom foundation thought of, I accept you, and we'll take it from there. I find it very liberating, healing, and empowering to think like this and try to act like this to everyone. It ain't easy, folks, but I challenge you. There we go. I challenge each one of you to broaden your heart, broaden your mind, find more acceptance and tolerance, probably starting with yourself. Okay? Because you're worth it. We're all worth it. Let's spread some love. There's plenty of bad feelings and hate. Let's spread some good feelings. Let's just try to make it work, people. You know I love your comments. Tell me what you're thinking. Have a good Memorial Day weekend too, all right? If you celebrate it. Talk to you soon.